Hey, history buffs! Today, let's take a trip back in time to explore how wooden tables were made 50 years ago. It's a fascinating journey into craftsmanship and tradition. First off, 50 years ago, mass production wasn't as prevalent as it is today. Most wooden tables were handcrafted. Imagine a workshop filled with the rich scent of freshly cut wood and the resonance of hard-working tools. The process began with selecting the right type of wood. Oak, maple and cherry were among the favourites due to their durability and beautiful grain patterns. Craftsmen would carefully inspect each log, looking for the perfect piece. Once the wood was chosen, it was cut into rough shapes using a bandsaw. This was no easy task. The craftsman had to have a keen eye and a steady hand. After the initial cutting, the pieces were left to dry. This could take weeks or even months to ensure the wood wouldn't warp or crack. Next came the planing process. This smoothed out the rough cuts and brought the wood to its final thickness. A well-planed piece of wood felt like silk under your fingers. Hand planes were essential tools in this stage. They required skill and precision to use effectively. Now it was time to join the pieces together. This is where the magic truly happened. Traditional joinery techniques like dovetails and mortise and tenon were used. These methods were strong and didn't rely on nails or screws. Instead, they fit together perfectly, almost like a puzzle. After the table frame was assembled, the tabletop was made. Boards were carefully aligned to match the grain and color. They were then glued and clamped together, left to dry for several hours. Once dry, the tabletop was sanded smooth, eliminating any imperfections. Finishing was the final step. Craftsmen used a variety of finishes to protect the wood and highlight its natural beauty. Linseed oil, varnish or shellac were common choices. The finish was applied in thin coats, often by hand, and allowed to dry between applications. This process could take days, but the result was a stunning, durable table that could last for generations. So there you have it. Making a wooden table 50 years ago was a labour of love requiring skill, patience and a deep understanding of materials. It's a far cry from today's mass-produced furniture. Next time you see an old wooden table, take a moment to appreciate the craftsmanship and history behind it. Thanks for watching and stay curious.